Why do couples cheat on each other? Why do they get married with love, connection, bonding, and then suddenly one spouse decides to cheat on the other spouse? In today's video, I'm going to talk about infidelity. Why does that happen? What is the reason? And 3 mindsets of infidelity that you must understand in order to deal with it if your spouse is in that, or whether you are feeling like cheating on your spouse. Hey, this is Murtaza. On this channel, we help ambitious people build a life and business that they love without compromising their happiness, health, or identity. If that seems like a good fit, then go ahead, subscribe to this channel, and let's start with why infidelity exists. Now tell me, normally we connect, the first point why infidelity exists is we normally connect, we select the spouse and we have love and affection and we dream that we are going to live with this spouse for the rest of our life. But the problem is that the selection criteria, or if the bonding or if the connection is not strong, then it is obvious that you're going to get into a troubled marriage, and then one or the other spouse is going to get out of the marriage and be attracted towards another spouse or another person. So make sure that when you get married for the right reasons. If you marry for money, if you marry for looks, if you marry for social status, and if all of that is gone away, then obviously you feel void, you feel the reason that you got married is not there, and then you start getting attracted outside of your marriage. The second point is fights happen, misunderstanding happens. That's all common in marriage, conflicts happen. But if you don't learn how to manage these conflicts powerfully, effectively, if you don't update your marriage mindset, then consistent conflicts, silent treatment, each spouse hurting the other spouse, not understanding what the other spouse wants, not being there available in the ups and downs, causes one spouse to move out of the marriage and gets attracted to the other person. The third point is character flaw. If the person has a character flaw, means the person was never intending to be loyal. The person always had affairs and out of marriage attraction to the opposite gender, and that consistently happens before marriage also, during engagement, during courtship. That is a sign that your spouse is not going to be loyal to you even after marriage, no matter what you do. So make sure these 4 points are important to be addressed while you get married, while you select your spouse. It's more important that your spouse loves you and not the characteristics around or selection criteria that I mentioned. And again, update your marriage mindset. It's okay to have fights, but don't stay in the fight. The more you sense that your spouse is not happy in the marriage, the more likely that spouse might land up in trouble. Now, I'm not saying all spouses do get attracted or they are going to have an affair outside the marriage, but it's likely. So making sure that these 4 points are very strong and taken care of beforehand reduces the chance of the marriage getting in trouble. Now let's understand 3 things about infidelity and the entire mindset around it. The first thing is there is no love in infidelity. There is no love in extramarital affair. Because what do you think? If you are attracted to a person outside your marriage, and most of the times that person is also married, might also be in your friends or family or someone that you know, and if that person out of his or her own marriage is getting attracted to you and both of you are having an extramarital affair, you think you love each other? Is that so? Does that make sense, logical sense? That you married this person, you selected your spouse, you got married, you have kids, you have committed to this person. So is that opposite person. And now suddenly, because of whatever issues, character flaw, or I'm not happy in my marriage, or I can't handle my marriage, or there's too much stress, or my spouse doesn't love me anymore, or doesn't give me time, that person has stepped out of his or her own marriage. You think there is love between two of you? No, there is only pleasure and attraction. That's it. And both parties are just stepping out just to fulfill their void, their need, physical, emotional, and that's it. There is no love. A lot of times we hear cases where, oh no, I have fallen in love and we are in love with each other, but you're already married and you had already committed to another spouse and you have kids. Now suddenly you decided that you're no more in love because of some issues that you cannot handle or you don't want to handle or you want to deny or ignore. And you see that, oh, that is love and this is no more love. So that's the biggest mistake. That mindset has to be addressed, that there is no love. There is only attraction and pleasure. That's it. The second is no future loyalty or happiness. You're not going to have any future with this new person, because that person is only doing it for his or her own pleasure and for filling a void. And if you think you're going to step out of your marriage and you're going to marry that person and you're going to be happy and that person is going to be loyal to you, then you need to wake up. If that person already has broken one vow of marriage, he or she is going to break another vow also. It's very easy to step out. There's a character flaw. One person does it one time, they are going to do it the second time, and there is no guarantee that you will be happy in the second marriage, or if you break out of your current marriage and are dreaming of getting married to that person. No matter how you might think you have connection and bond and love, and no, I truly believe it doesn't make sense. That person is not going to be loyal, and at the chance of another opportunity for infidelity, you or her are going to step out. It's just logical. And obviously, if there is a flaw, if you have not updated your marriage mindset, if you're in conflict, if you can't handle your current issues in your marriage, you think you're going to be able to handle a second marriage, an affair, just because you're in love? No, it's not going to happen unless you update yourself in your current marriage and make this marriage work, which you've already committed to. It's utter stupidity to think that the second marriage is going to work. That's the second one. The third one is, if you have kids, you married, you committed, and not just that. Okay, I understand there is issues, we don't connect with each other, and for some reason we just made a mistake, we can't get along. Okay, then don't have kids. Separate, get a divorce, go marry someone else. But why cheat on your spouse? And especially when you have kids. I personally believe that when a marriage happens, and in the marriage when both spouses commit to have a child, then you're bringing a third life into existence, and your child is looking up to you for love, care, protection. And if both of you are going to cheat, or one of you are going to cheat, or you're going to separate, divorce because of all these issues, then why get another life involved? Then you need to be responsible, husband and wife, mother, father, both of you. You have a child, according to me, that's it. Your marriage is sealed because you have one child. And then I see people have 3 kids. And now, suddenly my marriage is not working and I'm going to divorce, or I'm stepping out, or I have an affair. I mean, how irresponsible of you to think and do such an act. Because the ultimate brunt of your irresponsibility is bared by your spouse and your kids. You go in your la la land and you get all the pleasures and you fulfill your cup, which is again absolutely artificial. It's just temporary. Tell me how many people who have gone in infidelity and divorced their spouse and left their kids, and for another woman, for another man, has been happy, or they have been fulfilled, or they have not regretted after a couple of years. Every time I have coached or spoken to such a person, they have felt regret. They are not happy in their second, third, fourth marriage also. By cheating your current spouse and depriving your kids of your love, affection, and doing this just kind of breaks the entire fabric of family bonding, love and care. And if you're doing this, probably you need a personal development. Probably you have emotional issues. Probably you are looking at something which you're not getting from your current spouse or life. So you probably need to learn. There is a much better chance of you fixing your current marriage than stepping out. Now obviously you need to have learning mindset. You need to kind of acknowledge what is a gap. But yes, if you are in abuse, if you are, your spouse is hitting you and abusing you and there is utter nonsense happening around you, yes, you can step out and take a divorce. But why move to infidelity? Why have an extramarital affair? And just because you can and your spouse is not available and he or she is out traveling or something, you fall into this trap. It is an absolutely emotional, physical, mental trap which you are going to regret doing it. So please understand these mindsets. There is no benefit out of this. You are rather giving time to your current marriage or give your kids a chance. And if you are not happy and you have kids which are young age, please bear. If there is no abuse, please bear and let them be at least to an adulthood stage. You can separate then, right? You have done your responsibility. Your kids are 15, 16 plus, they are, adults. Fine. If it doesn't work out, separate. But now you have kids. So for the sake of the kids, without abuse, if there is abuse, you can separate. But without any abuse, just stay there. Look at your kids. Give them what they deserve rather than depriving of them. Because then you are creating more trouble in their life and then the ripple effect just continues. So I hope this video helps you deal with infidelity, helps you address extramarital affair. And if you are a victim of this, and if your husband has extramarital affair, and if he goes there and comes back, then obviously you have to deal with it very strongly. I know spouses who are like giving, it's okay, I forgive him, and then he does it again, and then he does it again. So do not take this lightly. It is not okay. It impacts you, it impacts your kids, it impacts the entire family. Thank you once again for watching this. If you have any questions, post it below the video. Make sure you share this video with anybody who needs to hear this. And again, stay alive, stay fearless, dream big, and keep staying strong. Thank you so much. I'll see you in the next video.